Welcome back, Troglodytes, to your daily dose of guitar information, the Trogly's Guitar Show. Tuesday, October 27th. What an iconic day. Finally, it's officially official. The Adam Jones Les Paul Custom is out. That means you can actually go to Gibson's website right now and see it right there. Isn't that just a miracle? We've been waiting for this thing for such a long time. But if you're actually trying to purchase one, unfortunately, on their website, it's completely out of stock for both VOS and the age signed. So let's see if we can find ourselves one of these. Okay, we've got one at $17,000, and then a couple of jokesters with vintage ones, one at $15,000. You know, sadly, that's kind of how this thing's just become. Because you might think that's absolutely insane, right? But here it is. People have already scalped them for as much as $13,000. There's a $16,000, a $15,000. It'll be interesting to watch the used market, and I'm not upset over it. I mean, they only made 79 of them. Let's see if we can find one on eBay. Nope, there's absolutely nothing on eBay. You're welcome to call up every Gibson Custom Shop dealer, but if you did not find a dealer that would sell you a pre-order before the actual release, you pretty much got left out on this one. So I just thought I'd take a short segment here at the beginning of the episode to let you guys know, yes, it is out, and thankfully, yes, I was the one. I got the one that Guitar Center musician's friend got for the aged and signed. So we are hooked up for that aged, signed, and VOS review. I'm told I'm supposed to get them potentially mid-November. So hey, we'll see that full review and demo and take a look at them in depth here in a couple of weeks. But for today, let's go ahead and do some Gibson hunting on eBay. Because man, that white Les Paul video is kicking my butt, but I think you guys are gonna like it. I've put a lot of work into that one. So we'll start with our newly listed. It looks like we get a standard P90s gold top. I actually just had one of those things delivered today. That's a really good weight for one of those, right under 9 pounds. That's not a terrible price on one of the newer standard 60s either. Oh, what is that? ES 135 natural finish. What? I like that. It's strange. Normally they have F-holes, don't they? But then somebody's put a TP6 tailpiece on it as well. And the white plastics, I mean, it kind of makes this thing come to life. It reminds me of like a gold top finish. So what is this, like a stripped down ES 295 or ES 175? That's what it looks like based on here, but I don't know a lot about these guitars. I'm guessing that's a little bit high though. Oh, apparently he's got it here on Reverb for $2,000. So a little bit nicer priced over here. I don't think I can find one that doesn't have F-holes though. Okay, there we go. Looks like a 2003 run. I guess finding those is a little bit harder than I thought, but here's one that's sold previously. It was about $1,200, and Reverb's putting them anywhere between $1,000 to $15,000. I don't know if no F-holes would be a desirable feature on this guitar or not. I guess you guys will have to let me know your thoughts in the comments section. But I'm glad we at least had something interesting to talk about tonight, that's for sure. Ooh, nice! Standard Plus 2006 Latte Cream. It's a little bit more than I want to pay. And it's only a couple of hours from me even. See, I would like to find one of these maybe around like 19 upwards to 22. So we're not too far off here because if I was selling one of these, it'd be about the same price. So it's fair, but this is a highly collectible finish. Latte Cream and the other one's Gecko Burst. I still have yet to find those. They were just a limited edition color that didn't last very long on Les Paul standards. Oh, and here we've got an S1 for really cheap. What's going on with it? Aftermarket case. Yeah, at least it has a case. Looks like original pickups. It's the black version. I like the clear colored versions of these better. It makes them look quirkier. A little bit of buckle rash. 79 serial number. It's got the more expensive tuners. It's got some wear here. I mean, something like this in this condition within my shop, it would still bring about $900. And the S1s are a little bit harder to find. I guess I'll give them an offer. With a username like Mr. Coffee, man, that just seems like a guy that you want to deal with. Like a nice, relaxed, chill dude that's not going to be upset with you or cause any troubles. They'll be upfront and honest about everything. Whoa. That can't be stock. Oh, okay. It's a beautiful guitar. Absolutely gorgeous. 347. Can't say I know too much about those, but just from the first photo, looks like we got the Sustain Sisters there, the TP6 tailpiece. I believe that's the coil split switch that they put up there, and then you get the regular 3-way toggle. It might be reversed, I'm not sure, I haven't actually had one, but there's no way they put a Stratocaster output jack on that thing stock. That's a nice back. I love wavy wood grain like that, but why did they take our Strat button off? Looks like a 3-piece maple neck too. I can't say I'm in love with the headstock though. And just by a quick Google search, yep, somebody's definitely added that thing there. In my opinion, that's a complete deal breaker. Because you gotta think about it, it's no longer just a small little hole for the output jack. They enlarged that considerably. Now that I think about it, I think the reason why they did this is because it probably cracked and it took a large portion of the wood with it. So they probably just thought, let's just throw this thing on here. It actually covers it up. And then you don't even have to say that, oh yeah, it's got a repaired crack. It's just somebody modified it with the crazy Stratocaster output jack. So I guess, given the situation that I've just made up for this guitar, it was inventive. I'll give them that. Man, eBay's got a lot of fun stuff to check out today. Ooh, looks like we get some Japanese listings. I wonder if that's like probably late 80s, mid to late 86, I would say. 88, okay, because it's towards the late 80s when the SG Standard switched from the block inlays back to the trapezoids. This is actually a pretty nice one. It's definitely priced towards the upper end of the market, but I can definitely see that thing selling. People love the rare white finish on these. And if you're a traditionalist, I think you'll like the trapezoid inlays. I kind of like the block inlays of the 70s and early 80s, though. That was quite an exciting first page. Oh, it looks like something else got listed. That's the thing with eBay. There's always new stuff. You always got to refresh. Oh! Somebody, once again, doing the 81 Silverburst. Silly me thinking, selling my Silverbursts a week before for like, I think I sold them for around like $7,000 and $5,000. I actually stumbled upon a pretty good deal on one at the Guitar Center, which just blew my mind. I broke one of my cardinal rules buying it, but hey, I think given the market and how crazy original Silverbursts are going, it's worth it. And honestly, I mean, if you have a vintage Silverburst, I'm not going to throw shade on anybody for listing them for this much. I don't think it's worth it. I really don't think prices are going to continue to be able to sell for that much. But somebody that's brand new to guitar, that just fell in love with the Adam Jones signature, but missed out on any pre-orders, I could see how somebody would be like, well, for about the same price I could pay a scalper, I could just have an original, the one that Adam Jones actually uses. But quite literally, just 3 years ago, top value for a Silverburst was about $4,500. I kid you not. Now I know how people from the 60s, 70s, and 80s feel about not buying bursts back then. I should have just stockpiled my favorite finish from the Norland era back then. But oh well, it's just kind of a fun story now. But hey, $50 for the bikini plaque on an Epiphone. As long as that's true blue vintage, I think that's a pretty fair price. Yeah, it looks like it came off of this weird guitar maybe. That's the thing I like most about the Gibson Dependable, is you can usually tell what guitar it came off of, so you have at least a little bit of provenance. But why? Why would you take that off? I feel like the guitar would be worth a lot more with it on there. It's like you just remove the branding. Ooh, a Gibson Jacket. I just recently picked up a Slash jacket. That was a really nice find. You'll see that in an unboxing episode eventually. A Studio Light. For my Studio Light review, I really want one of these blue ones. Finding one in halfway decent condition has been the problem, especially at an attractive price point. This one, I would say it fits the bill. I think these originally came with gig bags, so having an aftermarket case is not a bad thing. But this will probably get bid to about $1,000. Oh boy, it's about time I ran into these. So somebody's actually made a company called Custom that makes these medallions that the Gibson Custom Shop uses. They've clearly stolen the Gibson font. They're just, trying to sell those to other people. Some of these other designs can be rather, how do you say it, a little bit too rippy-offy. Maybe this is actually a different guy, or Gibson said, hey, you can't do that, because these ones aren't quite as exact as the other ones. Like on those old ones, if you didn't actually read the text, you'd be like, yeah, that's a real Gibson. It just looks like somebody scribbled all over this thing. Okay, maybe it's just something weird with this blurry photo. Okay, yeah, that looks slightly more legible from here, but I guess from far away, if it's going to look like that, that's not a very good display piece. This is just some cheap Epiphone guitar, so unless you see a signature from somebody that you really want, yeah, I don't see it. Do they even tell you who signed it? Motley Crue, The Cure, and many more. Man, if you want $1,000 for that, you best do your research and tell us exactly what signatures are on here. That's the only way that would ever get any attention. Ooh, that's nice. Wooden knobs. I don't think I've ever seen those just available. I mean, I know you can custom order them from people, but just being able to buy them like that, that's pretty cool. I bet somebody could make a business out of making like flamed or quilted wooden knobs. That's a great deal for a vintage chainsaw case. Oh, are these actually showing up now? You guys gotta let me know if you want me to do a review on these. It's another anime guitar. I'm sure somebody wants to see this. But I didn't think these were expected until like early next year. I guess my big thing with this is it's not a very special guitar outside of, being the same thing that this guy in the show uses. And to be honest, that top is rather weak. I thought for sure all these custom shop ones would be heavily quilted because that's clearly how it is in the show. I think they kind of dropped the ball on this one, especially when they want $8,500. You got to remember this is actually a broker, so it might actually be closer to $6,500. So I guess it's not that much more expensive than a regular reissue. But there's also a Gibson USA version of it. That's kind of interesting too. That's the first I've seen of these. So we'll have to see what Gibson says, because I don't care enough to import one back myself, but if I could grab one before it leaves the country, I'd be interested. Same thing with these guys. I think that's the first time I've seen a Triple P91. I kind of like the way that looks. But people have been asking me to do a humbucker version. If there's somebody that wants to do a new Guitar Day purchase of one of these, like I'm open to the color and pickup configuration, I think we could definitely work something out here for a brand new one. Otherwise, outside of that, I don't know, I'm just a little bit apprehensive about the resale market on one of these. But they look like they'd be a lot of fun. Yeah, it looks like there's quite a few of those, or it's just the exact same guitar getting listed multiple times. I guess we won't really know. But here's that other one. It's a bass. I just thought it was a white bass, but if you actually really zoom in here, it's a sparkle white finish. Yeah, there it is. That's kind of what made me go, oh, okay, yeah, I'd pick that up. Probably won't do a separate review on it, but if I could get it, I would just, show you guys it right beside the other Les Paul. But cool, I hope you troglodytes enjoyed getting to take a look at eBay guitars with me today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you tomorrow for the White Explorer headstock Les Paul review. I can't wait until I can just tell you guys the official name of it, because it'll be a lot easier than saying that. Take care.